Hi guys, long time no see. Oh, I hope like this live stream gonna be good. But also on the other side, I feel like today, since the internet has been so shitty, so I feel like not a lot of people gonna tune me at this random hour, 6:43 Eastern time, and I'm truly thankful for anyone who is tuning in right now for this random live stream. I didn't do any preview or I didn't notify. I didn't do a previous tweet to let everybody know. But I definitely have to say the last 48 hours hasn't been an easy one for me. Like even though I generally speaking, I think I'm a very diligent, strong mentally very strong person in a lot of way. But it's I think the when you experience this level of physical pain, you kind of lose your mind at some moments because it's just very hard to bear with those painfulness. I I mean, but but this is not the first time I broke my arm. The last time I broke my arm was I remember like 2021 and end of year 2021. It was almost I think a winter time. And I still remember at that time when I broke like this part. Also the same lefty side for the whole night. I couldn't sleep. And at that time it was I think it was much more painful. Oh, I don't know if my tolerance for the pain has increased over the years, but last time literally I couldn't feel anything. I was so afraid that I went to emergency like ER immediately that night. That was 2021. But this time I actually waited for almost like 36 hours until I actually make the decision of oh I'm going to urgent care to figure out like how severe this is. But to be honest, I really don't think urgent care changed that much, except the fact they will do an X-ray for you and tell you, "Hey, Meina, you have like two bones fractured. It looks complicated. You should go to orthopedics." This is like every single time I'll go to the ER, they will tell you the exact same thing, and then you go to orthopedics, and then they will say, "Oh, place our eyes," or they will continue just monitor. And every week, every other week, you come in, you do some motions to stretch yourself. Ah, but I think one thing I learned, maybe it's because like last time it was the elbow, so it wasn't impacting me typing that much. But this time, because of the rest, hurts so much that I literally couldn't type. I have to use dictation to do most of my typing. So I get very frustrated about myself of not typing fast enough, and then like the thought of like you cannot use your power hand to do things is very crazy. I'm a lefty, right? So I almost do everything use my left hand. I couldn't even like pick up the chopstick. And yes, last night I also don't like eat all that much. I like cook by myself, but now I have to rely on like deliver food. So when I was like eating all by myself last night, and then I was asking the waiter, I was like, "Hey, can you give me actually a fork?" Because I literally couldn't pick up the food. Oh my god! Sorry to dump everything on you guys, but but I guess one thing I learned is that I have to really try to be very patient with myself. Patient with okay, Mina, you cannot type that. fast right now. You need to be very slow with your motion, with every single motion you're doing, no matter what you want to do, right? Open a box, untie something, uh, work on the button on your clothes. Like it usually it would maybe take like 1 second, but now if I wanted to do with the same speed, most definitely I'm gonna hurt. So I have to like use this super slow motion to just do everything the same. The worst is I cannot open the water bottle. Okay, let me try. Literally, like yesterday when I went to the office to co-work with my co-founder, and he saw me trying to open the water bottle. He was like, "Do you want me to maybe open a couple of your bottles for you, and so that like you can carry it home and you don't have to like open it by yourself?" So I think guys, whatever sport you're doing, or just cherish your very healthy body. Mm. Now I'm good. I have accept the fact that I'm not mobile enough. I cannot type quickly enough. It's gonna hurt from day and night for probably the next 1 to 2 weeks, and then I will slowly gain my motion back. I'm already in the acceptance phase for for this. Mm. So that's why I want to come online and chit chat with you guys a little bit, to update you guys. And thank you guys for all the nice words. I have seen it across my social media. I've seen like you guys are always cheering me up on Twitter. I truly, truly appreciate that. And I know I owe a lot of people documents, response on Telegram. So don't worry, I'm getting there. Just taking a little bit more extra time to do the response. And the thing, the reason why I'm always lifting my hand is because like if you don't lift your hand, it gonna get a lot of like bruise. All the blood gonna condense here. So that's why I'm always like lifting my arm here, keep it above my heart. So oh, and then the market is so bloody right now. I mean, I was going to do a live stream today, usually with my co-host Alvin, to talk about the market, like Bitcoin experienced such a recent crash, as well as like all the also kind of dumping. We will cover all those topics tomorrow. Tonight is just like me ranting about my current personal situation. I I mean, I think I would say definitely, take care of yourself, your body, your both your physical and mental health, and spend time with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones. Mm. You will always have more time to build. Mm. but you may not get that much time with your loved ones, right? Ugh. Okay, now let me check messages. And I think the timeline has been very, very quiet um, during the last several days. Everybody is kind of like disappointed by the market. Another thing is the Cloudflare situation this morning. That's why like building an application or building a website, a product, whatever, right? If you are too dependent on a certain piece of infrastructure, you definitely face that situation. And a lot of time, even though you trust like one of the counterparties or the infrastructure partner so much, but they, I guess the world is random enough so that like as long as you are looking at this over a much longer time spectrum, you will always encounter those very small probability chains of events. And that's why I always said that like whenever you're dealing with your personal finance or dealing with your house concerns, you will rather to be extra safe and be diversified in a way so that like you are your portfolio or your way of dealing risk is definitely going to bail you out from those extreme situations. And don't you guys think like the world has become even more random and more extreme after we introduce AI, after we introduce robotics to the world? Because like the timeline is kind of expedited in its own way. I'm wearing the watermelon uh thing. It just makes just cheer myself up like to look a bit funnier. How have you guys been? How has life been treating you? I hope like life have been treating you guys very well. Um, another thing, I now I also understand why a lot of creators or mm, artists they want to put themselves into a certain amount of pain because literally like all the pain that's that's how my body is inducing me to think a lot about life, about philosophy. And I start to pay more attention to things on the street or whenever I am outside. I will start to cherish all those like little moments more than I would have done before. Because before I would just be very focused on my own world thinking, just thinking about oh business this, business that, right? Uh, my mind is kind of too zoned into the business thinkings. But now, because of the pain, it kind of distract me a little bit. And when I see, kids running around the street, when I see all like people are taking care of each other, or even just the smallest kindness that I have been experiencing, seeing from random strangers near me. They will ask me, "Oh, how are you feeling?" I'm like, "Oh, wow." So New York is at the end of the day not that cold. Like when you are really not feeling that well, when obviously people can see you're not feeling well, they will start to actually checking up. I also Um, because, uh, mm, I'm getting there. I just hope this will not impact my future capability of like going to the gym, lifting weights. That would be too sad. But we shall see. I still don't know what's the after effect gonna be. Mm. Oh my god, my parents are messaging me because I literally told my mom this morning. I was debating if I should tell my mom about this because I know she gonna be very much worried about me. But I also know like if I don't tell her right now, and if like when I go to the orthopedics, if they tell me I need more procedure, they gonna panic more. So I'm like, okay, mom, here's the thing. And then she already started to ask me, oh, should should they come to New York to take care of me? Da da da. Ugh, I can't do it. Oh. Oh. By the way, have you guys seen the most recent launch of Abe app? What do you guys think about it? My main concern or my core thing, I think the user experience, the UI is sleek, right? But the fact that it requires KYC, requires a lot of like user verification, and it's like giving selected users the insurance is just um is still like a huge barrier compared to like when you are using a DeFi app. Oh, but I guess it's nice when inside the app, like how they engage users to verify for their identity, the very clear information of how each of the steps gonna take 5 to 10 minutes to set up, and then they incentivize the user to do each of those steps by saying, oh, if you do this, your APY, your future APY, 90-day APY will be boosted by 1% or 3%. I think this is really really good. I really miss the fact that I can type. I really miss the time when I can type with both hands. Mm. The way they verify your identity is by entering your, I guess, your home address as well as your country, your birthday, as well as your full name inside of it. Yeah. And then it looks like if you do 24 referrals, you can get up to 2.5% APY, APR, not APY, the non-compounding one. And then if you do, let's say 10 referrals, it's like plus 1.6% of APR. Okay. And then it will also show you like the simulated earnings. To be honest, all of those features, the simulated earnings is also, we will also build that in the Sprout app. And we haven't rolled out our referral system yet, but I definitely think we have more personalized yield for each of the retail users. Of course, like are we gonna provide you a very high, uh, not high, a very stable return? Like it's battle tested in a lot of users' mind. Um, but it really depends on like what kind of users you are. If you don't want like earning 5% of APY most of the time, if you want to earning a more risk adjusted, like if you are a little bit more on the risk curve and you don't, and you have been like burned by the all the other apps, or you're tired of like choosing your own stable coins to aping. To be honest, first of all, I think a lot of stable coins, even though like people tokenize it and they call it stable coin, but it's not necessary, it's not a stable coin, right? Like it should just be called as like tokenized delta neutral strategies, tokenized funding rate, tokenized basis trading, something like that. Even though like because the reason why is that like if you call it stable coin, it's almost like people, most of the retail users or even the semi-decent users, they're gonna say, oh, they're gonna assume this is like a low risk product, but it's not. Like, are you dealing with like junior risk or are you dealing with senior risk? It's a there's a huge difference, and I think like if you're if you are I'm always in the belief zone that if you are dealing with higher risks, then your rewards definitely need to make enough sense for you to bear with that risk. Versus like for some of the strategies, you are bearing a lot of like unspoken, undisclosed risk, but you're not earning the upside for those strategies. And even what's even worse is some of the curators or protocols, they will tell you that's how they have been utilizing their funds underlying, but they are not put first providing the transparency to you. Second, like they are not utilizing the funds in the claimed way. So it's so I think like as a retail user, you need to make a decision. It's like, do you want to spend a lot of time assessing those risks, managing those risks by yourself, or do you want to actually like find a trustworthy tool application to help you to mitigate those risks and find your personalized earnings from that? Um, because remember, like who you are, the people who those like founders who lie to you, they are super smart and like in terms of hiding the risk in a way. So really like. Mm, I'm not saying you couldn't do it. I'm just saying like you need to pay extra attention. You probably need to work with experts like to learn what's the actual procedure to assess those risks and and then spend a lot of time on making your choices. But there are people who literally spend their full time, their whole career doing this. For example, people as well us, right? We spend all of our time talking to our partners, or no matter like we integrate them or not integrate them, we spend all of time on analyzing the data, on checking like their smart contract risk, on checking the underlying mechanism. Mm. That's why like we are so confident. Okay, those are the protocols that we decided to work with. It's not because of anything else. Oh, yeah. Okay, enough ranting about those things. Let me check what are people actually talking about CT right now. Introducing. But I think it's a good push. I want to try the Aave app more and give you guys the feedbacks. Um, this just means like our mission and our vision as well uh was in line with also like all the best builders in the space, right? It's time for us to introduce the DeFi yields to retail users. literally. Mhm. Mhm. Tokenized stocks and equities. Mm. The fast. There was one person tweeted, this is Psycho. He says, I strongly believe the next 10x in adoption will come from tokenized stocks or equities. Mm. I mean, I don't know this too much. Like, what's the benefits of buying all those like equities and stocks on chain? Is it because like you can? I guess if some of the money market can take the tokenized stock and equities as collateral, right? And then if you can borrow, say, stablecoin or something else against the collateralized like tokenized equity and stocks, then you can potentially increase the capital utilization and add leverage um, on your like stock equity position. Mm. But I think like it will it probably will also be nice for people say they don't want to off ramp their money to US dollar or to their like fiat so that like they can just buy the stocks and equity directly with stablecoins. Okay, let's see. Tokenized equity. I know Anto has pushed out this like several months ago. Oh, which makes sense. Mm, wrapped equity. 'Cause- oh yeah, and there are differences for those like tokenized equities and stocks. So you have like synthetic equity product that just like use, I guess, the derivatives to mirror the price action of the stock, or you have like wrapped equity product, whereas the equity is like custodied off chain, and then you have the digital representation created as a token. Um, and then you also have like tokenized product that offer the same rights and benefits as the traditional shares. So I think you guys need to basically distinguish all those differences. Mm. And then in the future, there will be like IPO that's entirely on chain. But I guess the question always comes back to like which one of those will always have the deepest liquidity, right? That's probably what that probably also determines like what people want to buy and sell for for those tokenized equities. And I think like right now I today the fear okay let's oh my god I moved too fast. Today, let's see, the crypto fear and greed index is literally 15. And I know a lot of people have been like talking about this. But let's track together, right? So like you can see during the last 1 year, right? When we get into the red zone this year, like during March, then it's this usually those timings marks the local minimum of like Bitcoin price. Because the color line are the crypto fear and the greed index, and the gray outline is literally the Bitcoin pricing. And you can see almost see okay, there's a direct correlation between those two, right? Positive correlation. Okay, let's zoom out. This is from 2023 to right now, 2 years. Except for this one, right? Like what was the pricing? This was like when Bitcoin was 20K and then it slowly raised from 20K to 60K. Okay. We haven't got that bearish. Hmm. But you can almost certainly say like if like they are that bearish, then it's a good time to buy to accumulate Bitcoin. I mean, I'm not a professional trader. It's just like purely based on this chart. It's just saying, oh, if you see if it, especially if this gets into the red zone, right, which is below extreme bear, below 20, then it's almost like certain that oh the price gonna have a small increase afterwards. I mean, of course, like I guess like this, the Bitcoin price can further drop for a couple of days or have a couple of weeks, but if you DCA here, like during those like red zones, I think you'll be fine. And then you, if you wait long enough, say 6 months, a year, you will see a bounce back, right? Unless like uh some war happened in this world, I don't know. And then I think we can also check like what has been holding really extremely well during the most recent crash, right? The I think the number one asset people are going to talk about is probably Zcash, because surprisingly Zcash is still $600. My god, it's crazy. Seriously? So last night it was like 560 and all and 4 hours later it jumped to back to like 640 and now it's like 600. What is this asset? Like definitely there has been people continuously to sell all the assets and buying the cash out, right? My God. Just some small lessons. Let's see the uni token price. So several days ago, I mean, literally like 10 days ago, I think the Uni Foundation say they turned on the fee sharing switch, which like make the Uni token immediately jump from $6 to $9.71. So it's almost or it's more than 50% of jump at that time, right? From here to there. And then now it's like going back to 7.39. But oh, actually, I want to know like how much daily fees are they accruing? You can literally like model this out, right? What does it mean when they say the uni fee, which I'm checking some more documents right now. So it literally says the unification proposal introduced a token burn of around 100 million uni token, which is like 12.5% of the supply. Okay, and activates the product fee to reduce the circulating supply. But what's the I guess like what's the share of the protocol fees they are using to buy back the or burning the uni token? Hmm. Let me research a little bit. So let's check DeFi Lava, okay? By the way, I also didn't have a chance to use the Llama AI. So for the annualized fee for Uniswap is 1.2475 billion. That's the fees. The 24-hour fee is 3.29 million. Are they where can I check like how much token they're buying using their fee? Unification proposal, let's see. Um, Proposal. they propose, okay, well, where do I put this? Turning on Uniswap protocol fees and using those fees to burn Uni. Sending Uni chain sequencer fee. Okay, is this a lot? Building protocol fee discount options to increase LP returns and allow the protocols to internalize and UV. Developing aggregator hooks, turning Uniswap V2 into an on-chain aggregator that collects fees on external liquidity. Sure. Okay, this is already done. But this hasn't, have they disclosed like how much Uniswap protocol fees are have been using to burn Uni token? Like, have they disclosed the percentage? Right. I mean, I can see like, okay, this is what they are saying here, but they don't necessarily they haven't say okay, how what's the percentage or is this like assuming it's like burning 100% of it? Okay, so I think the number is somewhere. They said point zero 0.05% fee from UniV to pools, 0.05% to 0.16% from UniV3 pools, Unichain sequencer, which is around 7.5 million ARR. Um, and the MBV internalization is around like 700K to 3.2 million additional uni token burn based on historic. Okay. So I guess like how we gonna do the calculation is like we need to find the exact data for those things. Have someone already done the calculation? Sorry. Right now my mind is so not my mind is lazy. It's more like oh. Okay, I will tell you the exact reason why, but please don't laugh at me. It's like more like no, whenever I type right, I use this and then it's kind of like slow. And then when I'm not streaming, then I will use the dictation functionality to say. Okay, maybe I just do. Maybe let's see if I can use ChatGPT to this. You know what's even more frustrating is like I can't. I'm even having some hard time like tying my hair right now. Okay. So I put in all the numbers of like okay what I need to estimate for all the fees from like Uni V to V3 pools as well as the sequencer fees, right? And based on DeFi Llama, the annualized fee generation for Uniswap, like I guess like V3 pools was like 787 million, and V2 fee is around like 200 million annually. So if you put all those number in, it's approximately 850 to 900 million per year. Wow. Like for like let's say like based on the current or the last year's like trading volume so far, right? Then 800 million to 900 million. Let's see, what's the uni token price right now? The current like FDB is 7.4 billion. Okay, let me do a quick. Purely. Mm. Mm, okay. It's just so the purchasing power is around like 10% of the FDB right now. Hmm. Well, it, is that a lot? A lot? I think it's. I think you guys know how to do the math, right? I don't. I don't need to. So let me just. How do I? How do I? Oh wait. Let me present you a board. Let's say a Notion, something like that. Whiteboard. Sorry, I'm finding a whiteboard. Okay, for live stream. Um, give me 1 second. I'm setting up the live board for live stream. Mm, okay. Can you guys see? So this is like the rough calculation that I just used ChatGPT, right? So this is the final number. So right now, if you check CoinGecko, the uni token FTB is 7.4 billion. So the estimated like economic value of like all the money, right? Whatever they say, the NVV internalization, the Unichain sequencer revenue V2 V3, gonna which will be like, and then every year you buy 0.85 billion. So uni is literally trading at its like 8 to 9 times its annual economic throughput. Um, Probably the buying pressure will be like 10% of the overall, around 10%. Every 1 billion of new demand increase price 13.5%. Okay. Yeah. So if like you have 1 billion euro buy pressure, then it's like okay, 2 billion is 27% increase. Is it already pricing? Let's see. Hello, Hello, welcome everyone to my live stream. Sorry, I went into calculate the mini token thing, but I literally don't see where it says like it would have the. I don't know how people find the ratio. Is it like because I'm blind? I don't see the notes. Oh, I see the proposal now. Okay, where's it? Oh, now I see the details. I see. I see. Okay, I will bookmark this. So here, fee roll out over time, starting with unique V2 pools and a set of V3 pools that make up to 80. Yep. So so my calculation was correct, right? 0.05%. Oh wait, I think then my fee was like way too underestimated because the estimation that I just did was based on their already annualized fee. But say if before like everything is attributed to LP, right? But now they are allocating 5/0.3%, which is 1/6 of it, then basically it's like 1/6 of the annual fees. Oh. So it's way more than what we just estimated. Okay, go back. Let me go back to ChatGPT. So right now, like B2B is 200 million. If it's 1/6, is like oh, it's good. Okay, got it. 200 million, 700 million. So it was already based on the trading volume. Okay, cool. 600 million. Your portion might be 400 to wait. Oh, I think I should. Mm, Going back to what it says, these reports protocol fees for would initially be set to one fourth of the LP fees for 0% per 1614. Okay. I think the estimation was correct, like what we just showed. Probably even a little bit lesser than what just shows like previously. If we go to the board here. Hmm. 200, 200. Okay. Yeah, it should be less than what we just estimated, to be honest. So, uh, hmm. So what I just showed you earlier on the whiteboard, like the actual like money that gonna be utilized to buy back the unit token will be less than the whiteboard I just showed. And I think you can take that information as whatever you're willing to think. Oh my god. Okay. I think I think this is a good live stream. Thank you guys for joining. Um Tomorrow mm, at 10 a.m. Eastern time, I will do the live stream with Oven, which was supposed to be happening today, but because of the internet issue, we didn't do it. But tomorrow we definitely will be there, and then we will also have a English version on Thursday. So please do stay tuned for the live stream and stay strong, guys. Meina will always be building with you. Have a great night.